Well, welcome to the April board meeting. Appreciate everybody online and those that have showed up for the meeting. We'll move on with approval of the meeting minutes.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the March board meeting.
Second.
First, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed. We should try to split this up in a couple slides here. Hopefully, the people online can see it better. It's just a great time to see everybody back at the clubhouse and people out on the golf course. Activities are busy in the Manor House. Again, I encourage you to make your reservations. Sorry, I was reading through something through there, and to sign up for the events, so you can kind of enjoy what the club's pulling together. Again, you should be looking at the fairway views, the weekly updates, flyers, communications around the club to keep you informed. We have a lot of our staff returning this year, so we're really fortunate. We're glad to see the familiar faces. I would encourage you, if you don't recognize a new employee, like we have a new employee, Jonah, sitting with us here in the meeting, introduce yourself and to new members. We generally have about a 10% turnover in some of our members, so there's always somebody new that you can introduce yourself to and get to make a new friend. We'll again this year be reviewing about our most popular or most asked about club policies in the fairway views. So I really encourage members to update themselves on these policies so that they can comply with them and that we can sustain our culture that we strive to achieve. I would also ask, with all the changes and plans, with the plans and changes and updates that we're making, we'll make sure that members know how to provide the feedback and make suggestions, address concerns as quickly as possible in the process. The first opportunity for members to be involved is to provide your expertise, your suggestions and concerns, and sign up and participate in the various committees. Even if you don't want to be a committee member, all the committee meetings are in Fairway Views. I'm sorry, it's in the weekly updates. The Zoom meetings
Get my stand.
are published. You can sit in on any of the committees that you have an interest in. We've also encouraged you to provide us feedbacks when you see or experience the changes, good and bad. Reach out to committee chairs, or board members, or management team, not any of us. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. If you don't know who to reach out, you can go to our website and you can see committee members, committee chairs, and the management team directors and contacts. So there's lots of areas to reach out and let us know how you're enjoying the club or recommendations for improvements. So the sooner that we have your input on the proposed changes, the sooner we can provide that input and develop our changes. But we do need and want your participation. So really encourage all the members to get involved early and often. Bob, can you update us on any key decisions?
Yeah, you have the slide in front of you. We approved several new memberships throughout the month, 4 socials and a junior. There is also one additional membership that was approved just shortly before this meeting, actually yesterday, and that was another junior membership. So We'll welcome those people. We also approved 2 authorizations for expenditure. New T markers that will be out on the course once they're manufactured and arrive. And I apologize, I misplaced my notes on the amount of that one. Nate, can you help me?
12,500.
Thank you.
Can you hold that up so members behind you can see it, or those online?
We laying flat on the ground this way, so less intrusive out there, but powder coated, very durable, and we're saving a lot of money in labor that Jason does not have to incur with having to refurbish the wooden T markers every single fall and winter.
And we can track them to see if they disappear.
We're putting air tags on every single one of them.
I didn't include that expenditure, Nate, but they're not too expensive. In addition, we approved the expenditure of $20,500 total for new hole monuments at each hole. Nate, do you want to describe what those look like?
Yeah, we've already incorporated holes 1 and 18. What we really are excited about that the digitized metal ones that are out there will come down, and now moving forward, if we make any course improvements, changes the tee boxes, yardages, it's gonna have the hole number, the par, and our logo. So we don't have to go back to the drawing board, create a new tee marker monument for if we increase the length on hole 12, or whatever that looks like. So looks much more in tune with what our club is direction we want to go. Big rock monument etched and painted that way. So they were able to create those at a rate of about 1 per 10 days. So we already have the vendor selected, and he's going to start that process. So as they get created, Jason's going to pick them up, and we just have to dig a little bit of a hole and pour the concrete, and then we set those ourselves to save a little bit on cost on that too. So
So is the intent to be installing them throughout the summer?
yes, as they become available,
Okay.
strategically, which ones we want to do. I think we're going to do 9 and 10 next. 9, that'll be the next 2 that we bring out. And then as we kind of move through that process, you'll see Jason and his team out there installing those.
No air tags on those?
They're pretty heavy.
I think we need everybody in this room to move one of them.
I just like to make the comment that we just take so much for granted of what's at the course. And this is an expenditure of $36,000+ to be at the level that we're at. And we need to appreciate, you know, that we are bringing this club up all the time and how wonderful that is. So thanks for doing that.
Agreed.
All right. Sorry, we were chatting, just 1 second. Okay, there's a question if we're going to install ball washers at each tee box. Since they're currently attached to the signs.
That's a TBD. We're gonna, as they come off the golf course, there's no real good way to attach those to the stone monuments. So we're gonna take a look at that and figure out what that might look like in the future.
Okay, very good. All right, this is Lori, financial update. We're looking pretty good for the first quarter as it comes to an end, as we're right at budget. You can see right there. Within that, we have a few people waiting on the TINS list, so we will have that expense, but then that's gonna offset by membership sales. When we get that revenue, you only get half of that IP back. So, we have some numbers in here where we're a little behind on, the membership with the sales. A lot of that money goes over to capital, so that's a little bit behind, but of course, you know, we're working with what our current balance is for projects, not like the future initiation fees and such. So, our FME count is down a little bit for our budget. Lana has a couple tours new that she set up today. I think a handful over the next, week or 2. So more people are coming out, full memberships, potential, things like that. So she's having a lot of activity. And then basically, the rest that kind of ends up is we're really pretty close to budget for all departments. Admin's a little bit over on their expenses. Gave myself a bonus. No, the audit cost a little more than what we had planned, this year. Their hike was pretty good, you know, and the answer is, you know, of course, labor costs have gone up. We haven't increased you guys in the last few years, so here it is. Would be good to know that, you know, in October before you engage in that, but anyway, some of those they're just gonna kind of balance out, and, I feel really good where we are with our first quarter for sales, our food and beverage sales. It means lots of people are coming in, we're having good attendance and things. And we'll get there with the golf sales. Oh, one quick thing, tomorrow we're gonna upload a new budget summary for 24. It basically is the same net operating income, but I made a little change. We made some changes in the golf department where we had some timing off. My error in translating Keith's numbers to our master copy in the wrong month. But oddly, his income offset with a payroll error. So we ended up with a NOI that was no change, but it was really important for us to do that so that we can see trends and that Keith would have accurate numbers to compare actuals to and such. So, small change there, but no change to our bottom target. And we'll just keep moving forward on that for the rest of the year.
Did you say 2 wrongs made a right?
Oh, really? Oh, that's why I gave myself the bonus.
I like that. I like her again.
Great. Okay, any questions? No? Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Unless Jen has anything to add.
No, I do not.
Committee reports?
All right, for those online, this is Keith. Let me step over here so I can face you all there. All right. So kind of the theme through this time of year is just a lot going on. Almost all of our event registrations are open now, rolling forward. I think the last couple will be Club Championship and Classic, which open in June. But just a lot to register for, a lot to try to communicate to all of you. And so if there's things that you think you may want to participate in, and we haven't sent you an email about an event, happy to answer those questions, happy to kind of just share what's coming up. It's a little tough to get the bulk of information that we need to share with everybody out without spamming your emails constantly with upcoming events. So a couple things on the radar there. Season-long match plays, that registration's open and will stay open until May 6th. So there's 6 different match play events that you could participate in. All but one of those are net events. Great opportunity, no matter what your skill level is, to get out there and meet some new people. We do those in bracket style pairings, so just a good opportunity to play with somebody you've never played with before, kind of some low pressure competition. And then a few of those are team competitions as well, so you can pair up with your favorite golf partner and go battle it out. Opening day is April 27th, so that's for PPMGL and PPWGA on those weekend league events. That one, you do not need to be a member of the specific leagues to participate in opening day. It's open for everybody. And we'd love to have you come test the waters if you haven't done that before. But that registration will close pretty soon. And then a reminder, equipment demo day is one of the fun times of the year to get new clubs. All the equipment manufacturers have new toys on the market, and we will have demo days all spring long. So whether it's Callaway, Cobra, TaylorMade, or Exexio, they'll all have their vendors come here. And this is a great place for you to demo those without having to drive to a Denver operation to do so. And then, of course, Super Senior and Women's Invitationals. Registration is still open. Super Senior, I believe there are 4 more teams available to register in that one. And Women's Invitational registration closes at the end of April. So if you're thinking about doing that one, please get signed up soon. Golf season reminders. So getting back into the posting season, Jason has the golf course in great early season shape. So we're definitely in a spot where you should be posting all of those scores. And a reminder that we expect that if you do play in any of our tournaments, you post 75% of your scores, which is a little bit of a low threshold. You should really be posting all of those scores, but we will maintain that 75% number to make sure that your handicap's an accurate representation of your skill level. Pace of play, we've had some busy tee sheets. This past weekend, it was great to see a whole lot of people getting back into the golf rhythm. But a reminder that this is a 4-hour pace of play club that's 2 hours per 9, and just being cognizant of that. You know, if for whatever reason you're having a day where pace is a significant issue, whether that's speeding up a little bit, but maybe skipping a hole, or just being cautious of what's behind you. If you see that group of members behind you is waiting on every shot, maybe just waving them through solves your problem and their problem by just keeping that pace moving. And then that final note there on this bullet point, looking after your fellow members. So that might be through being cognizant of your pace of play, being cautious of canceling the tee time that you're not going to make on the tee sheet. But just, this is a community, goes together with looking after each other, being cautious of, you know, where you might choose to take a pit stop on the golf course, a little restroom stop there, just looking after each other and being a responsible member. So a little reminder there. And then some instruction opportunities. So here in the room, Gary alluded to it. Jonah Purcell is here with us today. I'm not going to put him on the spot and make him say anything, but Jonah, here, stand out there. So we're really excited to welcome Jonah to the team. Director of Instruction for Perry Park Country Club, PGA professional. Has spent the last couple of years as the head golf professional at a golf course down in Colorado Springs, and joins our team with a wealth of knowledge, but certainly a passion for instruction. So where I like golf operations, Jonah loves golf instruction, and you know, we're excited to combo that and build the team. But Jonah, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about those upcoming things.
Absolutely, yeah, I'm excited to be here and looking forward to a great season and kind of beefing up the instruction opportunities out at the club, and you know, helping everyone get their games where they want to be. A couple early ones coming up. There'll be some tournament tune-up clinics, as I like to call them, to drop by and improve your game, leading up to some of the big events, including the opening day on April 27th. So I have one scheduled for April 24th there, and then some ladies team clinics coming up for the inner club to kind of get some practices in there, as well as a couple other events. And if there's anything that anyone would like to see, I'd love to, you know, accommodate how I can. And all kind of links for all those programs, as well as any, you know, just individual lessons, are able to be booked through 4Ts. So for some convenience there, but if there's anything you're not seeing you need, just let me know and I'm happy to add it in there.
So we're going to learn together this year, obviously first year for a director of instruction at the club at all, but booking on 4Ts is going to be a change and an opportunity for you all to be able to see what Jonah's lesson book looks like live. You don't need to reach out to him and try to coordinate schedules. If 3 p.m. on a Wednesday works for you, you can just book that right online. So that also goes for the group lessons like tournament tune-up. That registration's on 4Ts as well. So look for those opportunities. I think it'll be a fun year. Any questions?
If I could just add one comment to this.
Sure.
We highly suggest that when you are posting your scores, post them hole by hole. It really gives us a lot of good, important information moving forward on the golf course.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thanks, Ken.
I had a question online about what is the super seniors. I believe Bob answered it, but about a new event, male players 60 plus, if you want to add anything to that.
Yeah, so Super Senior Invitational is a new member guest. It's for members 60 and over. Their guest needs to be a minimum age of 60 as well. There's kind of a 2-tier registration process. Those that were 65 or over at the first registration window, being able to play from the green tees or the gold tees. So giving a forward set that we really haven't had in any of our member guests in the past. A little less kind of intense competition. These are best ball and shamble formats, never counting both holes or a hole for both balls. And just a fun way to get some of our members that maybe have aged out of the current member guest formats into a new tournament.
And that's for men.
That is for men, yes. Yeah.
Is Lanny still with us and will
Lan-
she be giving lessons?
Yes, you sure will. Yep. So Lanny is still with us and will still be a part of the lesson team. So even though Jonah is here and his job will be golf instruction, Lanny and myself will still coach as well. Yeah. Perfect. Any other questions? All right. Thank you all.
Stand in the right spot, the sun will bounce off the mirror, catch the back of my bald head, reflect off the burn, and
And Gary.
the world will start to spin the opposite direction.
I think we're starting to outnumber.
Oh, and Gary, sorry, Gary.
And Kevin.
And Kevin, all right, perfect. For those online, Jason here, a quick shout out to, all of the members that took the time to come visit, the golf maintenance facility and talk about equipment this last Grounds and Greens meeting. I think it was pretty informative. We're gonna try to do a couple of those again, at least once a year for sure. But, again, it was very appreciative on my end for those willing to take the time to learn what we do, what each piece, well, not every piece of equipment has a responsibility for, but the importance and the significance of it and how it prepares the golf course for you members on a day-to-day basis. As Keith mentioned, we overwintered really well. Golf course is in really good shape for this time of year. And it really does take up till the middle of April to figure out what you do have and what you do not have in terms of winter kill with those ground temperatures coming up. So really fortunate, this season with that. Had 2 successful back-to-back Monday and Tuesdays for spring cultural practices. Aerification of the greens, top dressing of the greens, aerified the tees, the approaches, and top dress those with sand, and verticut a lot of the fairways. Team's working hard right now on tying in the cart path on number 15. I know that's been a bullet point on the list for the last couple of months. It's just something that we've battled with weather. So looking forward to getting some sod out there and some seed out there and getting that project wrapped up really soon. So from a staffing perspective, we're rolling really strong right now. We do have 1 employee that's leaving. It's a commute issue. He's got about a 45 to 50-minute commute every day. So he's fortunate for him. He's found something in the golf world a little bit closer to home. So it'll be a loss because he was a good hand and really, efficient at what he did. So we'll be looking to fill that position. And then also we have a couple of TN individuals similar to Carlos down in Mexico right now that have their consulate appointments, one booked for the 25th of April and then the 15th of May. So wishing positive results for that to get a couple of those guys up here. That'll be pretty exciting for them. Other than that, positive feedback on the practice area. So we're pretty much in full swing with golf conditions right now, starting to mow everything. It will take I would say another 7 to 10 days before the greens will plateau out in terms of recovering from aerification. But other than that, we're in a really positive spot for April moving into May.
What about the putting green opening?
Putting green will probably be late May. That's what we're shooting for based on weather. I guess the only other thing to add to this is golf course walkthrough, which would be on May 7th. That's a Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock. We're gonna kind of change the format up a little bit this year where we're gonna go to some strategic locations, talk about some certain items as opposed to touring the course hole by hole. So that'll start at the putting green practice area at 4 o'clock for all those interested in attending.
I'd just like to add that if you are on the Perry Park Facebook group, there was a great video that was put on by Brian Darby
Yeah.
about the aerification, and it's in slow motion and then fast. I mean, you really see what's happening with that process.
Perfect. Cool. Any questions?
Thank you.
One more thing in regard to G&G, I've kind of been spearheading the Adopt a Hole program, and we still have 4 holes left. And that's gonna start in the middle of May, once the Monday events start to happen. So our main goal with that would be to, after a Monday event goes out, we meet up by the staging area. Everybody's gonna have some buckets and sand. We're gonna go out and replace divots, because we know that in all these scramble formats, you have 4 divots in a small amount of area. So making sure our golf course looks good. I will send out a reminder email on that. We're gonna have a kind of a meet and greet, similar to what Jason's probably doing May 7th. So maybe we can tie into that a little bit, but meeting up by the staging area and showing what the best practices are for filling a divot the proper way, fixing ball marks the proper way. And then hopefully every Monday in May through probably September, October, once we get done with all the tournaments, going out there in the afternoon and making sure our golf course looks good. So like I said, we've got 4 holes available, still on the front 9. All the back 9 is consumed with volunteers, so that's great. But if you are interested, shoot me an email or talk to one of us, and we'd love to get you on that roster as well. But,
What time of day does that start?
our typical shotgun starts around between 8 and 9, so you're looking at about a 5-hour round typically for that, so.
So comfortably, we could plan on, really, there's nobody on the golf course by 3 o'clock through the season, so sometime at that 3 o'clock.
Okay.
But thank you for everybody that has volunteered already. It's great. Lana is not here tonight. She is actually out with a few other membership directors from local clubs and kind of gets together once a month, and they talk about best practices. And it's a great way for her to network and see what other clubs are doing. So she's actually up at Cherry Hills tonight. So I'm taking over and kind of letting everybody know what's going on with the membership. From the slide, as you can see, we're at 309. Our professional membership is full. I believe there's a couple on that wait list. Junior membership has room for a few more. Our cap on that is 31, being 10% of our total membership there for cap. And I believe we have one coming in April. So this is at the end of March. And we've got one more, so that should be making that up to 29 for our next slide in April. Hopefully we sell a couple more before the end of the month. But yeah, we've got, by the books here, we've got 6 spots available to get up to 315. So things are trending very, very well though. Here's some of the acquisitions we did have in March. One professional, Bob kind of alluded to this earlier, 1 junior and 4 social memberships. And as the professionals, you see these on the list, 1 falls off, 1 instantly falls up into that category. So no transfers. Initiation fees are holding strong there at 20, 16, 10, and 1. It's very positive that she's been able to sell some great social memberships at that $1,000. I think we've really over discounted that in years past, and having that a little bit more of a premium. Members have a little bit more skin in the game now. They want to stick around a little bit longer, so it's not as easy to maybe say, okay, I'm just going to disregard this membership. So doing great for that, and she has been seeing a lot of good traction. Now that the golf course is open again, great conditions, as I think we can see from the last week how much it's moved up. That gives her an opportunity to get people out there to tour the golf course, play the golf course. And I think that's going to be what moves the needle for her to be able to start selling these memberships as well. Membership by data type, we can see that we've got 550 total members, and you can kind of see how that trend is. And March of 2023, 215 socials, and to see that come down, we're not seeing as much. And at that 185 in January, February, and now we're kind of hopefully on the uptick as well for the social side of things. But I have no doubt in my mind that by probably the middle of the summer, she will have us at cap as well. I think we'll be back at that 315 very quickly as soon as people see the conditions that we're going to be in and how good this golf course really is. And right before this meeting, I had a great conversation with someone that just walked in the door. They're moving here from Florida, and they love what this community has to offer with how quiet it is, dark skies, and just what this community can be for a private country club too. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that moving forward. Here's kind of the breakdown, 213 full, professional 60, like I said, kind of getting to that 544 number there. Nothing really fluctuating there a ton, but we'll see on the next couple slides what the resignations have been. We had 4 last month, and that was 2 social, 2 professional. But like I said, as the professionals fall off, 2 more filling right in behind them. So 9 total to date for the year, and for golf, and then 15 total socials. And anything from did not use, limited use, moving has been another big factor. But we were just talking about that earlier, as well as there's some for sale signs in the park, and there's some movement with some real estate, and we'll see what happens here in the next year. I think there's a lot that big upside for the club with these new people moving in. And I don't know if you guys heard, but Landon did go door to door last month, gave cookies out to new members or new homeowners within the area, introduced herself as the membership director of Perry Park Country Club, cookies homemade by our pastry chef, and just a great conversations to start. So just planting some seeds out there, and when they're ready, hopefully they're coming knocking on our door for a membership. Here are our new members. hopefully you see them around the club. If you do see them, reach out, say hello, invite them to play golf or have a drink. And I think they're gonna be great additions. I do love the process that Bob's going through, and Lana and myself, of interviewing these members as they come through the door. So we're setting expectations early and letting them know what our club is about, club culture, and what we can expect from them coming in here every day. So I think there's gonna be really positive upside to this moving forward as well, but keep an eye out for these members coming in. That's what we got. Any questions? Here.
How we doing? This is Chef, this evening. We're representing the food and beverage and culinary operations. Couple key items. We are launching a new menu in May. I am working on a new Max's menu, which I've already got the second run on. We are keeping some of the favorites like the Colorado elk sausage and the walking taco. A couple new items that I am gonna have out there will be the classic Freezy panini and Italian deli panini. So we're gonna purchase a panini press and have them out there. Those items we can have kind of ready to go. You guys come in, order it, go hit your ball. By the time you get back, they'll be ready, hot and ready to go for you guys to go out to the next hole. And then obviously we'll still have the hamburger and the hot dog and all that good stuff. And then the Santa Fe chicken wrap. And then we're gonna have a new breakfast menu here at the club. So no more breakfast out at Max's. We'll be doing it here at the clubhouse. A couple highlighted things for that would be John Perry sunrise breakfast. That'll be like a 2-egg, your meat, and then your potato and some toast. And then obviously the breakfast burrito, breakfast sandwiches, and build your own omelet. So initial drafts of Max's and breakfast menus are complete. And we are fully staffed in the kitchen. And I think this is the first year where I can actually say that we are fully staffed. So great job.
All right, Kevin Brown here reporting for front of the house. Good time of year to be a part of Perry Park and within the restaurant, and just the feel and the vibe, everything is heading in the right direction. So really proud to be a part of this club. We are training new staff members for Max's and breakfast. So we've had an opportunity to hire a couple of new employees and have new employees return that have worked here in the past. College students specifically, that'll be coming back in the next few weeks. Perfect timing to have a new breakfast offering in the clubhouse. Very excited for that. All the options, that way we can really enhance what we offer within food and beverage. We are adding more beverages to our beverage cart program, more shooters specifically. People tend to gravitate towards a nice variety of different options. So we're keeping up with that. We recently ordered some higher end tequilas to offer on the cart. Other shooters such as Captain Morgan that are really popular. And just this week, we added an offering for the first league play tournament on the 27th. Fireball and Screwball will be helping promote on the course for that tournament. So we'll have some support with that on the beverage side of things. We just added a new bar top for our spirits behind our bar here in the clubhouse. So it's much longer now, which can support more product along with our allocated whiskeys. So when you have a moment, please check out what we have to offer. We have some really nice bottles behind the bar now, and a nice variety of price points approachable for all members. Upcoming events, we have our Glenfiddich Scotch reception and dinner. That's Saturday, May 18th.
Mother's Day brunch, and comedy night. So all these events are readily available to take reservations on the online portal. And we have flyers for those as well. Next page, please. Comedy night, we have Nora Lynch and Ben Roy. So this is the night before Mother's Day. We usually have around 80 people attend for this. We still have quite a bit of availability, even though it's 3.5 weeks out. So trying to make sure people are able to do that. Mother's Day brunch, another brunch with 2 seating options, 10 a.m. and 12:30. That way we can accommodate all requests to attend the brunch. And last flyer is our Glenfiddich Scotch dinner. So this is something Chef and I sat down with a couple of vendors from Breakthrough Beverage that approached us with this idea. And we got a chance to try some of these amazing scotches and pair some great food with it. So this is coming down the pipeline. We'll treat this kind of like a reception where people can come in, enjoy some food, and drink at the same time. So
There's not a paired meal with this.
there is.
Oh, there is.
There's a pairing per scotch. So there'll be stations versus a sit down dinner. So people can kind of socialize and mingle at the same time.
Great.
Some pappies as well in the mix.
There is Pappy Van Winkle behind our bar, so kind of proud of that. It does take quite a bit of effort and purchasing involved with that to make sure we can have that behind our bar.
Then for the comedy night, take a look at the menu. I did switch it out a little bit, running the ribs and some grilled bone-in chicken. So look forward for the comedy and for the buffet.
Perfect. Any questions? Perfect.
I was gonna ask you, Jason or Nate, how's the Wi-Fi stations working on course?
We've got one out there on the bathroom on between 5 and 6. Sorry, 4 and 5. And the next one's coming soon. It's ready. We've downloaded all the software and we're gonna put that out on the pump station between 2 and 11 on the backside down there. So once that's available, the password will be the same. It's the same as the member password up here at the clubhouse. So member with a capital M, 2024 exclamation point. We're still testing it out. Once you log in once, you're fine. So once you're out there, you should grab onto that, be able to get some Wi-Fi. We'll show you the clips. And then we're still doing some strategic locations as well on the Bat 9, kind of around maybe 16, 17, if it's a possibility. So Starlink's out there, so log in that first time when you get out there, and then you should be good for the rest of the season.
It's Perry Park CC as opposed to Perry Park Guest, right?
Correct, yeah, Perry Park CC is the Wi-Fi name when you get out there.
Okay. Were there any other member comments? Anybody? Well, appreciate all the hard work everybody's been doing to get the golf course ready and get tournaments ready, and it's just a great time to be getting ready to play golf. With that, I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.